scores?
Yep.
So that's that. Now, did you get rid of all the tickets, or?
No. I've gotten rid of 20 of them so far.
Well, that's not too bad.
And then some more soon.
And
really, what happens is that if we don't use them, they really charge you.
Yeah. And I 4 sold, and I got the money for Greg from my team for those.
Okay.
And then we sold 2 others.
Okay, and then you have the money from Stu as well.
Yep, I have all the money.
Okay.
And I'll hold on to that, and then I'll bring it over to the office for Gareth one day.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And on that one sheet you have, I have the 2 team configuration sheet. I don't know who needs to know that, whether that's you or Gareth.
I'll let Gareth know.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Great strategy here with a huck and pin. Contest it! On that sort of D, you definitely want the observer. More dynamic game here. Pete with the disc. It's a tough game, just like in the women's game. Oh, we've got some water on the lens. Gonna use good pole trapped on the line here. Sorry about that, I'm actually having some issues with my tent wanting to fly away. The wind has shifted a little bit here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to broadcast this game, but weather conditions are starting to make it pretty impossible to do anything out here. I think the harsh part of the storm is actually moving through right now. I do see some sun off in the distance, but not much. My tent is wanting to blow away. The wind is shifting. Like, it's just in bad shape out here. So I apologize if you're watching the stream or later on YouTube, but basically I'm not able to move the camera as much because I'm just trying to keep the tent from flying away. I hope that this is the worst of it, or it's done soon. At least the gusts are. The standard wind isn't as bad. Right now, okay, wind just died down a little bit. I'll get back to the game. Hand block on the line. foul called. A little bit of conversation going to be happening here now with the observer. He may give him a TMF or a PMF. You know, the observers, they're just trying to move this game along. They want to get this done with. I think on the other field right now, we have, I think it's York versus McGill. York in white, McGill in red. I don't think I introduced the teams on this field. On this field in maroon is McMaster. And then and in white, Western. If the wind wasn't this bad, like, it is basically a big equalizer here. Pete bringing the disc down. Pete got over there. Oh. Sorry, I left the score up again. Concentrating a number of things. Foul called on the throw. Throw basically rolled over to our position here. Sandy with a disc now. So disc. C with a disc again in the middle. Great movement so far. Just continuously, they're just taking the backhands. But McMaster, great defense as well. Very physical. Well, not physical, but proactive, I think. Is that Callum? Might have been Callum with the disc. Can't tell from this angle. One of the two players captaining yesterday. Sorry, just adjusting the tent again. These are timed by the observers, so it's 20 seconds to pull. Not enough players on the field. 5. 6, 7, there we go. 20 seconds called now. Calling a defense now. It was just a chat where I guess they were having a discussion before. And this is going way out of bounds. Joined here now in the filming tent by Linda Kudo, head observer at this tournament, I believe.
Yes.
Cold observer.
Freezing observer.
How are you doing, Linda, aside from being freezing? Hammer over the top. I think there might have been an injury call. Good. A little bit of a smart play there. That injury happened before the throw. Does it come back, Linda?
Yes, it did. When the injury occurred, unless the disc was in the air.
Yeah, I believe he was flattened before. Yeah. Basically, we're not that wet, is the issue. As you can see, yes, handing off discs here rather than throwing them, a good idea. Live. Yes. That's York and McGill over there?
Yes.
York's pretty happy to be there. They want to know if they're statistically in it still.
Yeah?
And they are.
No.
That's a crossover.
Yeah. Okay.
So they can go into top 8.
Yes.
The disc. Very. It's tied to the fence. It is. It's actually tied to the fence.
I was just told to head over.
Yeah, so the air bounce pass was from there, about middle of the screen. It went out to about here, about 30, 40 feet in the air, and then now it's ended up way on the other side of the fence over there.
Ooh. Interesting windmill defense.
It's significantly double teamed.
Karma for the double time.
Oh, finds a space through, gets some distance on it. So I think that's what everyone's trying, huck and pin. Oh, another
there's two
disc.
discs on the field. Double disc cord?
This could be a good break. Fantastic break. It's 2-2 now. And they're doing well. both defenses are doing well. McMaster's sticking with a zone, and a good zone.
And another disc from the other field.
That was a pull. Yeah. McMaster's zone has worked out relatively well, whereas Western, while they've been kind of zony, have been relying more upon their man and individual athletic talents. I think this is going to be a good game. This would have been a really good game if there was much less wind, just even a little bit less wind.
Oh, when the disc is on the field again.
Yeah. And it comes back to this cone. Linda chuckling.
I'm not sure what he was trying to do.
I think the wind actually ripped
It out of his hand.
the disc out of his hand. Western here now with a really good chance to break and take their first lead in this game. The wind's so bad we don't know where it is. We don't know where the disc is at any particular time.
And are they going to punt it?
Hopefully with a straight up mark here he can stop it. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, we're going to stay here because we hope the disc will come back. Oh! Vaus. Yes. Disc end up.
Trapped against the fence.
Okay, down there. Jeez.
Well, that's one way to make everyone back up from the line.
Has his own brand of excitement here. There's a good, if they play D here, there's a good shot at Callahan.
Whoa.
Alright, I just gotta bring this back. Sorry, my tent was going away again. Yeah, keep forcing him that way and get a nice. Good effort. This Western team is not short for effort. There's a foul called. So on this team here, if I may make a reference to and include Linda, is a Furious player who actually won this summer in a game that she observed, the Open Finals. Miles.
On Western.
On Western, yeah. It's amazing how many West Coast players end up at Western. Tricky blade, or it turned into a blade by the time it got there.
It's started over.
Like, this really should be Western's point, considering the wind amongst other things. It's a little bit of a cross, thankfully, which is why my tent isn't completely gone. Oh.
I believe that was an air call.
Miles on the mark. Takes it. Hand blocks, but foul called. Just turns. But it's a turnover. It's a great backhand through, though. It's nice and flat, that made it through. Wow. I seriously have no idea where the disc has been going. Mazzer with the red sleeves. Pete with the disc. Again, they're moving up. They've melted. This might be good for just inches from the line.
That's the second break.
Western breaks. Oh, leading 3-2 now.
Two upwind points for Western.
You saw these like little Now, Westerners even in this position is an interesting predicament for them. They were in a pool of 4 yesterday, rather than a pool of 5. Or I forget how the schedule. Let me just look at the schedule really quickly. I should know this.
Looks like a timeout has been called.
Timeout called
Looks like it.
by McMaster as Linda's taking a look, or lightning was seen. But there's no chance of that today in this particular location. Anyhow, it's pretty cold outside right now.
I don't know. I'm wearing 4 jackets.
I'm wearing... It's not my body so much that's cold, it's my feet. It's because I couldn't find my winter boots.
Oh.
If I had my winter boots, I'd be a very happy camper right now.
Double sock?
One single socked.
Oh, that's not good.
But they're wet. That's the issue. Like, if my feet weren't wet, I'd be fine.
You need 2 pairs of socks, though, at least.
Yeah. I don't like 2 pairs of socks. I've got driving shoes on. I don't know if anyone's ever worn driving shoes. Most people probably have. You know, they're thin.
Yes.
In my haste, I grabbed them. Anyhow, we're...
Stand on your luggage and stay off the grass.
Oh. It's more just that stuff has gotten in. It's too late. I've got another 2.5 hours of this.
Will you be better prepared tomorrow?
We'll see. We'll see if I learn or not. Who are our observers today, Linda?
We have, on this field, we have Glenn Ford and Yakov. Hi.
Glenn and Yakov observing. Now a seagull on the field. Let's take a look at this seagull. It's going to be very important because when this seagull takes off, you're going to get a good idea of the wind. The seagull is going backwards. Oh, it's gone now.
Please get your disc off the field.
Alright, let's go look at the other field as well during this time. You're also going to get an idea of the wind because they're stuck in basically that corner, that's the equivalent corner on this side.
And being triple teamed.
And a little bit by the person on the sideline as well.
Sorry, you were starting to say that Western is in this predicament because they were in a pool of 4?
They were in a pool of 4 or 3 or something like that, and they didn't have any of their top players. Like, they didn't have the full team. It wasn't even a matter of top players. It's just that if you don't have the chemistry that you're used to, it's going to be an issue.
In this wind?
McGill scores over on the other field. Pretty good upline cut. And a well-timed pass as well. Because most players aren't used to the wind, they've been throwing their passes entirely too early. And that means that either the wind takes it because they're floating it too much, or it just dies and just hits the ground immediately. So they need to really work on that timing of seeing that cut, the cut continues, and then just throwing later than they normally would. It's cold. But we're staying. I'm staying out here.
We've got extra pants here. Why don't you put those on?
That is true. But it's not my legs that are cold. It's just my feet that are cold.
Wrap them around your feet.
This is a really long timeout. Oh, game's back on. Sorry, I was dealing with stuff. So did Western just get the disc after the pull?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Apparently a great deal. Yeah, so I thought Western scored.
Game started at 3:30?
Yep. It's not half.
No, it's not. I don't understand what happened.
Are they playing a shorter game?
Why did Western receive the pull when they scored?
I guess that wasn't timeout. That was actually a half. They're playing a game to 5 or 7. Sorry, I'll go check soon.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Yep.
who started at what end?
No idea. Right now. You go look at footage. Sorry, I was fixing the tent again. This is starting to become an issue.
That's gonna go.
I think a foul is being called. Really no options there on that triple team. Linda's going finding out what happened there. Why Western received the pull. There we go. What happened? Oh. McMaster with a break. Right back.
sideline.
Mhm.
Nice.
I've only got a score of 4-3 right now.
Yes. I believe this game was supposed to start at 3:30. I'm just trying to confirm. What time does this round start? 3:30?
Right here.
Yeah.
This round starts at this is Saturday.
Yeah.
3:15.
3:15. Okay, all right. The back chick told me the wrong start time.
It's a great pull by Western. Nice floaty. Stayed inbounds, I think. Did CT buy stuff for you? Do you know CT? Chris Taylor? Pardon me?
Do you have any tickets left?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, oh no. I know all the girls want, well, most of the girls want tickets.
How many is that?
Where'd they go? Oh my goodness. Of course nobody comes with me.
Sorry, where are you? I just didn't hear you. Okay, I'll be there in a second.
Who's over there?
Okay, bye. Krista, my stuff's in your car. How many are you getting?
Well, I was hoping that everyone would come here. Because I don't have enough cash to buy everybody.
Caitlin.
Yeah. Tell them to get here. ASAP.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Into the Jersey, money.
9.
Hey, if you want a ticket for tonight, come over to the tent thing on
I have 26 left.
Sweet.
Okay, like where we first played our first game this morning, there's a white tent.
Yeah, it was actually kind of weird because you guys went on the wrong field
Yeah,
for that
so
game.
if anyone wants to
Oh, really?
You were supposed to be on this field so that we could film.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we. So this one's A and that one's B.
Oh, that sucks. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy 2 from you right now. That might just be over there.
Yeah, this one. I don't have.
I can have, let me see if I can get, I have 5. If I have like 5 change.
Well, this is not. Exactly.
Need help?
Should be okay. I think I have change. I just need that.
I have 30. We're good.
I gave you the 2 already?
Yeah.
Thank you. I have to give you another thing. Front of line privileges. So, what happens is that when you go in, you'll see a huge line.
Yeah.
Depending on what time you go. And so what you do is you go through the main entrance and you go to a table that's right by the big line.
Okay.
And then you show them your wristband, which I'm about to give you.
Okay.
And then they will, they should just let you cut into line right there.
Sweet. Fantastic. Because the lineup is going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
What I've heard.
I think the place fits about 2,000 people.
Oh man. I've never been. I'm excited. 2,000 people.
Yeah, it's like a picture of
Drink?
it. The band there usually wins every year.
Sweet.
Wins what?
Best band for Oktoberfest tournament. Or not tournament, just Oktoberfest.
Awesome. VIP.
So this is Carlsberg House, the kitchen on. You know how to get there? Or Piggy will tell you.
Sweet.
There you go.
I don't see anyone, but I told Caitlin.
I just had them like public. Okay. There's probably going to be a little whack of rock girls coming over to see
Okay.
you. So I have your bracelet and your ticket.
Okay.
You want me to like keep it safe?
Yeah.
See you tonight? You're staying at Bell's, right?
Yeah, I'm just going up
Are you
to
freezing right now?
It's so freezing.
You get a schnitzel with that.
A schnitzel? Fuck yeah. No, I'm going out for dinner though with my friend.
Oh, so I'll give it to you now. So
Okay.
So did you hear about the VIP thing?
I did, but I'll probably tell Caitlin. I'm just playing my boot. Maybe I'll turn my boot upside down so don't feel my boot.
Yeah, so just tell them that you're with the Ultimate Tournament. The Ultimate Frisbee Tournament, and they'll know that. Are those ladies over there going to the wrong locations?
Yeah, potentially. Oh, wow. Hey.
I think you had 2 discs.
Yeah, I did. One's way over there now. Get it?
Sorry, I can't walk.
Yeah, you should go indoors.
I know, we were inside. It's not even that I'm cold, it's that I'm so sore. Like my
Okay.
hips hurt.
Yeah.
I can't walk.
Oh, don't worry about the filming right now. I'm not even, like, they're doing nothing.
Oh.
The wind has just made the games today terrible. Tomorrow, half the wind.
Is it?
More sun.
And more heat. 16.
13.
Alright, thank you.
With showers.
See you tonight?
Hopefully. See ya. This weather isn't miserable. I mean, it's not raining enough for it to be miserable right now. But it's pretty close. And the dump pass goes a little bit out of bounds. So we've got a little bit more storm going on right now. lot of wind moving through. Don't know if it's a remnant of a tropical storm or not. I've just not been paying attention to anything for the last few days. Tickets?
Yes, please. Oh, you got like a nice windbreaker.
Right, they're $15 each.
Just one for me, please.
I changed it, but only barely enough. I had a 1 to 5.
Here, why don't we just do 60 and then get 4, yeah.
Yeah.
3, 4. Awesome.
So there's 4. You also need something else I'm going to give you.
Okay.
So when you go in, because it's a large venue, it's the Kitchener Auditorium,
Yeah.
Crossroad House. What's going to happen is that you need these bracelets because they're get you in the front of the line.
I like that.
And there's probably about 200-300 people that are waiting in line outside.
Oh, good God.
So
Those are very important.
So what you'll do is that you'll go in and you'll go directly to the front of the line, like walk by
Past
it
everyone.
through the main doors and go to the main table there. Tell them you're with the Ultimate Frisbee tournament. Show them your bracelet, and they should let you in. Like home security, everything like that. Remember your IDs, everything like that.
Oh yeah.
All right?
Thanks, you
You're
sure.
welcome. Also, I think take those tickets because you might get like a schnitzel with it
Oh, sweet.
cool.
on location.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Pick was called significantly early. Ticket? It's $15. Exact change is appreciated.
I only have 20.
Okay, I'll have to look for change then. There you go. So you'll go in. You're gonna see a big lineup by the entrance.
Yeah.
Go past the lineup on the left-hand side to a table that's set up inside the double doors.
Okay.
And then tell them that you're for the Ultimate Frisbee tournament.
Okay.
Have the bracelet on, and they should let you in, so you don't have to wait in line with 300 people for an hour.
Alright.
Yeah. Supposed to be picking up Taylor's tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I see some ID, sir?
No.
Okay.
What's your ID right here?
Yes, count to 20, please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16.
Taking one shirt. Just double check.
You got 20? Okay, so you're also
Hi, Linda.
going to need these. So, you know where the Kitchener Odd is.
Yeah.
You're a local boy. So you don't need to wait in line to put these on. Go into the left, tell them that you're with the Ultimate Frisbee tournament. If you get there early enough, you also get food with your ticket.
Just because they were ahead of me?
Yeah. Yeah. But you'll get like a schnitzel or something and a plate of stuff.
I remember that shit.
Alright, laters. Alright, it was 4-5 for Western, or sorry, for McMaster leading. But big punting now, they're a bit more comfortable with the win. They're a bit happier just to... Wow. Good throw, Pete. That was fantastic. Oh. Hey, if you're watching the live stream or this on YouTube afterwards, apologize, I'm not near the camera. I'm holding the tent down. Linda will vouch for that.
Do you want me to be balanced? Here.
No, it's not worth the risk, Linda. You're an observer. They need you in Sarasota. Not me, not a chump like me. Oh,
You can't be.
I just need this wind to die down a little bit so that this won't blow away.
You need a few points.
Well, what I wanted to do, I want to do this. We're okay.
Last round of games are cancelled.
Here?
Well, anywhere. So all games end at 5 o'clock.
Okay, so what happens then?
They're being rescheduled to tomorrow.
Okay.
So just a heads up, so you don't stick around too late.
Alright, thank you.
You guys okay? What's going on here?
Yeah, so that overnight it's okay.
Okay.
Well, I think that's... it won't, but it's taking the pressure off this wall. Alright, in case you're watching, there's only about 30 minutes left in this game and then we're done for the day. They've canceled the last game of the day on all fields. I think that's due partially to the rain, mostly to the wind. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that seems to have done
Yeah, that's a whole nother issue. Well, when we go, I'll prop that up as well. Sort of tickets you're looking for. Yes, I have tickets.
I don't know.
They're $15 each.
Yes.
And I can sell them to you at $15 each.
Oh, great.
That's
Well,
all
no deals here.
Yeah, just... Now once you look at this ticket, how many do you want?
just one.
One. If you look at the actual price, you'll notice it is.
It is a deal, yes. That's true.
12 more times or early enough, it's also worth taking a schnitzel.
A schnitzel.
Yeah, you
Never had a schnitzel in my life before.
can purchase them there as well.
Okay.
Alright, so this gets you to the front of the line. So when you go there, to the kitchen or auditorium, you'll see a big long lineup coming out of the door.
Yep.
Walk past the left two main doors. There'll be a main table beside the entrance inside.
Okay.
And basically show them your wristband, have it on, tell them you're with the Ultimate Frisbee Tournament, and you should be able to get in.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Proper dress required.
Yeah, there tend to be issues.
Oh, really?
No leader house and no admittance.
No, it's not even that. Look at Glenn Clears down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Alright, timeout call. At this point, you know, we're not watching good Ultimate. The weather's getting really bad. We're basically, I'm going to start packing up. Like I'm actually afraid that there might be damage to the equipment. Water coming in here and the wind and the temperature's dropping.
Temperature dropping.
Yeah, and it's sitting on metal. It's basically a giant heat sink it's sitting on, so we're gonna wrap it up basically at this time. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be here between, we'll probably start around 9:30, 10. The last round of games today have been canceled. They're going to reschedule, so we'll see what ends up happening. Dying down, but the gusts are still there. Yeah, so wind is dying down, but the gusts are still there. We're gonna, but because of the rescheduling, the quarters won't actually start until later. We'll see what we can figure out. Right now, my concern is to get the walls of this tent up as high as possible, so that it doesn't fly away or get broken overnight. That's basically it. Anyways, McMaster breaks again. One can hope Western will come back and win, but we'll find out off camera. Thank you for watching. Please tune in again tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be warmer. It's going to be less windy. In general, it should be better Ultimate. Maybe a little bit of rain, but hopefully less rain as well. All right, thank you and good evening.